Although the Northland town of Dargaville was named after an Australian merchant who founded it in 1872, it is better known for its Dalmatian heritage. In the 19th century, the surrounding landscape was full of kauri forests. Once the kauri was cleared for timber, gum diggers arrived. They searched the swampy ground for pieces of buried kauri gum, which had oozed from the ancient trees and built up around the roots. Kauri gum was excellent for making varnish and lacquer. Lumps of gum were exported from Dargaville to Europe and the United States. From 1850 to 1900, kauri gum was Auckland's main export, ahead of gold, wool and kauri timber. Many of Northland's gum diggers came from the province of Dalmatia on the Adriatic coast of the Mediterranean Sea, which is now part of Croatia. During the 1880s, young Dalmatian men left poor, crowded villages to dig gum in Northland. Soon, word of the money to be made encouraged many more Dalmatians to travel to the Dargaville district.
Nova Zelanda. They said the name over, liking the promise that it held. Father Elia had even got them a piece of the kauri gum from the museum in Vienna. It looked rich and wonderful stuff. They all wanted to hold it, to feel its polished smoothness.
It means gold, and that's what you'll never get if you stay here. I tell you, young men, go. Look for a better life in a new country far from the troubles here. By the 1890s, around 20,000 people were involved in the Northland gum industry. Dalmatians often banded together to dig over an area, while British diggers were more likely to work alone or in pairs. Maori, many of whom also dug for kauri gum, got on especially well with the new immigrants. Today, a large number of Northlanders have both Maori and Dalmatian ancestry. Many gum diggers asked village girls back in Dalmatia to emigrate to Northland to become wives. As the diggers prospered, many moved away from their rough gum-field camps to Dargaville. By 1900, the town had about 3,000 Dalmatian residents.
Dalmatians are hardy, sober, industrious, law-abiding people who would make admirable settlers.
But little was done to encourage settlement. Instead, the discriminatory 1898 Kauri Gum Industry Act established gum reserves exclusively for British subjects, forcing Dalmatians to work on privately owned gum fields. Gum digging was hard work. The buried gum, found at depths of up to 10 metres, was located by probing the ground with long metal spears. Once the gum had been struck, the diggers had to unearth it using specially strengthened spades. Ah, Dalmatia, I give you news of your sons, how this wild, hard country beats them down in the lonely hell of gum fields. Storekeepers were the main buyers of kauri gum. They grub-staked many diggers, meaning that they allowed them to buy supplies on credit, on condition that they sold their findings to the storekeeper. I dig the gum to get the money, to buy the food, to get the energy, to dig the gum. In the 1930s, cheaper synthetics were developed for making varnish. The price of kauri gum fell, and by the 1940s, the industry had virtually disappeared. Dalmatians diversified into other commercial activities, especially winemaking, horticulture and fishing. Today, Dargaville is the centre of an extensive dairy farming district, which also produces 90% of New Zealand's sweet potatoes, or kūmara. Dargaville is now known as the kūmara capital of New Zealand.